Welcome. In this video we're going to be looking at creating it's a production test on making sure that we can green screen an object out of a colored project and make it reveal that object. Anyway, let's get into it and see how we go. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to go into Premiere. I've got a basic project and I've got my let's just have a look at what we're trying to do. So I'll just drag that into the timeline. Once it's imported, I can bring this across, and what we're trying to do is get rid of, or actually make this whole image grayscale except for the blue. And that's what we're attempting to do. So what we're going to do is come over here to the effects. So we've got access to all the effects over here. And you notice that I've got my effects down here. So we're looking at a video effect. So we'll bring that out. And the first job that we're going to do is color key. And before that, I think I'll just drag another version because I need another version. We got to make sure it's the same version. So I'll have two versions. Now this version here on the top is the one that we're going to put the effect on, and the one underneath is the original. So what we're going to do is chroma key out this so that we can still see the bottom video, and the top video we're just going to shove a grayscale, well, a monochrome. So with the top one selected, coming over to key, let's use the ultra key, double click on it, and here it comes over here. We're going to select the color that we want, and the color I want is this blue, so something around about that. We'll press OK. And you can't really see it. If I hide this one, it turns black, and in other words it's black. But if you can see this is the underlying video footage that's coming through. So the first part of the job is pretty much done, except for a couple of edits here. Let's have a look at the next part of the job. Remember, we're still working on the top one. We've got the ultra key, and what we need to do is go into the, where is it? What did I say at the beginning? So let's just find it up here. So it's mono, and here it is. So we want the punch. Well, I like the punch. If you select this, you can see the different effects. The punch has a nice contrast with the grayscale. It's a bit washed out on this other one. So with the punch preset, we're just going to drag it down to the bottom, make sure it's the bottom one. Have you noticed that straight away the video footage has become very punchy, black and white grayscale? You can adjust that if you want. And my blue is working quite well. Now, as you can see, the blue's not perfect, as in here it's all gone grey. So let's just play with a couple of those settings just for a minute before we finish, because that's all I need to do on this one. So come into color correction. We'll look at the hue. Which one is it? We'll go to the matte, the transparency. Let's have a look at it. No, not that. Definitely got to make sure that we don't have too much of this grey at the background, not that it matters too much. We'll just move over the highlights a little bit. And by the way, moving these, you move them up and down, not left and right. So I'll just push it up and come on. Okay, actually it's right and left in this situation. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's have a look at this one. Nearly. Let's just see how that works with the project. And I'm going to call that. So the challenge was to try to turn the original footage into grayscale. And you don't necessarily have to use the punch. I just like it because it's a nice contrast in this shot. But then have that blue image. And that's pretty much all it is. Hopefully this has been helpful, and we'll see you on the next challenge that a student might give me.